Hello, love. Do you fancy a bit of a review? That's my impression of Butcher, and I butchered that impression royally. Please cut that out. Hey, what's going on? It's Comedy. Welcome back, and we're doing 5 top reveals in The Boys season 4 so far. Episode 4 just dropped, and let's get into what we saw over the past 4 episodes. Don't forget, spoilers ahead for sure, and of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and share our content around everywhere. All right, let's get to it. Number 5 is Butcher telling the entire team that he will be dying. Yeah, the boys finally find out that Butcher is dying. And in fact, we saw last season, after him taking Compound V excessively and juicing up his arms and his entire physique to be a super to take down Homelander and the other supers, it doesn't go his way at all. And in fact, it backfires where he now has a huge mass in his brain. This is revealed when Homelander tells him, I see that mass in your brain. You probably only have around 6 months to live. And we're just like, okay, so Butcher is definitely going to die. That's like for sure. But he's seen constantly hallucinating and talking to his dead wife, Becca. Now, her image kind of props up like, his conscience and telling him to stay on the right track. In fact, a lot of times when you see the old Butcher doing butchery things, we see her telling him, do this, get up, don't do this, stay on the right path, please save Ryan, please save Ryan. That's her main thing that she's always talking about. Also, I apologize for my hair because I just washed it and yeah, whatever. Okay, number 4 is that most saves in the Boys universe are actually scripted. We're gonna plan these saves out so that we launch you like a pilot, right? Usually in other superhero movies, we have the when they're first starting out, they first stop a local robbery or they stop a hijacking. But here, most of it is all planned out. The dialogue, the choreography, the punches, including the criminals, they're actually nothing but stuntmen and actors. Now this is shown when Ryan actually is doing his first save and they're trying to come up with a name for him and they're not sure what to call him, and Homelander's all like, he's my son, call him Homelander too, man.
He's my son, chosen by God.
But that's never gonna happen, I would say. But unfortunately, things don't go his way when Ryan pushes the stuntman a little bit too hard and he goes like a bug in a windshield. Just like that. Quite scary actually. Number 3 is that Frenchie is bisexual and his lover is unfortunately the son of a prominent judge that Frenchie murdered. Now his past has been a bit of a mystery, and you know that anybody who takes drugs and narcotics for fun in any show, they're actually very damaged and they need a lot of help, right? So this is why Frenchie is showing this fun, lovable guy who is always partying. It's because he's so damaged inside, and this is probably why, because he murdered the entire family. When he was working with the Russians, he did things that he wasn't proud of, and he murdered the entire family, right? Completely. And over that, Colin survived. And what makes it even more messed up right now is that he is seeing Colin. And Colin, remember, is just his ankle. Frenchie reveals at the end of the 4th episode that he was the person who killed his entire family.
It was me.
I actually thought that Colin would kill Frenchie at that moment. I was like, oh my god, is Frenchie gonna die right now? Is he gonna die? Reveal number 2 is Homelander's mom. Who is Homelander's mom? We found out last season that Homelander's dad was Soldier Boy, right?
Yes, I am. I am your son. I am your blood.
But who was his mom? She was just some person they picked off the street, paid $2,000 to carry his embryo in. But when he was being born, right, when he was going to come out of the embryo or her stomach, he lasered out through, killing her in the process, killed a bunch of doctors in the entire room, and rose up out of in the sky and just, hovered there. That's like a hell of an entry, to be very honest. And that's kind of set the tone for who Homelander is, right? He is super powerful. But a bonus fact that we found out is that Kimiko was actually part of Shinning Light, the organization and crime syndicate that she absolutely hates. She was once part of it, and not part of it like she was the victim. She was a perpetrator. She was the one taking kids and putting them in and making, Shining Light bigger. No wonder she has so much guilt on her. No wonder she can't speak. I think this is what's probably impacting her speech therapy. We see her trying to speak in this season and trying to go through speech therapy and a whole lot more. In fact, the therapist tells her, confront your past. And I think it came to her face to face when she meets this other girl. This girl has a big scar on her face, and it is revealed that she inflicted that scar onto her and probably onto multiple other kids in the past.
Kimiko?
Now this shows that Kimiko, much like Frenchie, they both have very, very, peppered past. You can see that it's not like, romantic love, but it's very platonic. And I think that's what the boy is showing us. Not all love has to be romantic. It's beautiful. Number one reveal is that Homelander's need for approval and love has been put into him by the scientists. So what happened? Now Homelander, he is incredibly powerful, right? He can like kill you with the blink of an eye, literally, right? With a flick of a finger, he can kill you. Why does he still need the love and respect of humans? He doesn't need them at all. He is a god. And he keeps saying this, that humans are my toys, right? So what do? They got the best psychologists in the entire world, and they reveal that, well, this was done deliberately to put this need for approval. They put this need into him, this need for approval, need for love, this most human desire they had to put into him so that he could be obedient. That is their biggest achievement. Not the fact that they could make this superhuman, but the fact that they could make him obedient. They said that you could leave that room anytime you wanted. You were in there. Your need for love kept you in there. Your need for approval kept you in there, which is what also messed him up. But of course, we see at the end of the episode, he has bathed himself in the blood of his perpetrators and he has come out anew. And this is what makes the next part of the show, I would say, a lot more scary, because he has killed that need. He has killed that human desire. In fact, she tells him, we did this to you, we did this to you. And he just says, yeah, he's just smiling there. And then he says, you know why it's called Bad Room? And then we just see him drenched in blood, laughing like a maniac. That's my top 5 reveals of this season. What do you think? Do you agree with me or not? Hit me up right now on the comments and let me know what's your biggest take from the season so far. We got 4 more episodes left. I'll be back at the end of the season to talk to you more about what we just saw throughout season 4, alright? Well, see you next week. This is Comically, signing off.